but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's time to get into formation. We gotta get ready for the battle. So call on your brothers and sisters. We gotta turn back to the scriptures. Stop making it all about you. Them preachers, they got it confused. Come out of her. Cause Yahuwah is our deliverer. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, cause nobody's perfect. We're called by his name. We're called by his name. Seek him to be worthy. We should be coming together. There's power in unity. It's time to come into the order, cause we are a living prophecy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. Lace up them boots. We gotta move, step, move, put on camouflage. We gotta be wise. Open your eyes to the most high in the skies. We must stop arguing, it's irrelevant. We must live in the Torah, it's heaven sent. He will put it in your heart, fulfilling the word of the new covenant. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, cause nobody's perfect. We're called by his name. We're called by his name. Seek him to be worthy. We should be coming together. There's power in unity. It's time to come into the order, cause we are a living prophecy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat.
Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I am Michael Israel, and you are watching Spiritual Combat. And tonight we have a special guest on. He's in the virtual studio right now, and his name's Stephen Graham. He is the director of a well-known documentary on YouTube. It's titled Northeast Africa, The Hidden Truth Documentary. He's also the writer of a book. He's also a rap artist, and he does many other things I've learned just from talking to him. And I'm gonna bring him in here in a second, but first I'm gonna show you guys the trailer to the documentary that I think he's most well known for, and that is the documentary titled Northeast Africa, The Hidden Truth Documentary. So we're going to play this trailer, and then when we come back, I'll bring Stephen on and introduce him, and he's going to just be bringing out some good information, and you'll really get to know him.
So in your eyes, this land, the Holy Land, what they call Israel, Palestine, this is Africa.
This is Africa.
We've done a great job in being able to demonstrate that this is Northeast Africa. And once we begin to look at it as such, and we stop believing this idea of Israel being a part of the Middle East.
Go over here, and I'm going to show you where Israel sits on the African tectonic plate, which means that Israel is Northeast Africa.
What do you mean Middle East? Is there an Upper East, a Lower East? What do you mean Middle East?
For most of the blacks, they have a confusion about Israel. This is your home. This is your land.
But you know, the government, before the Turkish people come here, they control this land for 400 years, and they left, and we stay in the desert. Then the English, the government of English people, they come here, maybe control some for a little time, and they left, and we stay here, and now it's the Israeli, and we stay here, and we could continue to stay in this land.
نحن من أفريقيا.
He's from Africa.
سبع نحن 10 دورات.
10 دورات, 10 generations here.
The black people here in this land, it's not for the last 100 years or something like this. It's more than 1,000 of years.
We are deeply rooted in this country. We are talking about generations and generations.
The evidence is hands down. It's not even something that we engage in a debate on about the dark-skinned nature of the peoples that lived in these regions in antiquity.
We're not original here. They know that we are the original people here.
The reality is that we tend to look at this land based on what we've seen in contemporary times. And what do we see? We see fair-skinned Israelis and we see fair-skinned Arabs.
إسرائيل هيدا فلسطين هيدا
before the Palestinian, before the Turkish Empire.
I have a book called The Arabs. I believe the author's name was Bertrand Thomas. On page 339, he says the original inhabitants of Arabia were not the more familiar Arabs of our own time, but a very much darker people.
You see this people in the mosque? I say, you see this people in the mosque? He don't want the black in the mosque to become the imam, the first man who did this. Then he start to say Hassan al-Basri this. His education from the black people. So don't say. They say what? I say yeah. You have to become to become the leader. He say Hassan al-Basri. You have to stand the imam and don't say Hassan al-Basri. He say my cousin Hassan al-Basri, my brother Hassan al-Basri.
You can say we began when the Islam came to Palestine, but I'm quite sure we are even before and before and before.
You look at the name of Palestine, it was the name that the Romans gave to the land formerly known as Judea.
Another thing about anachronism is that at the Last Supper, if you remember, Yeshua and the disciples were sitting around the table and they had glassware on the table. They were not drinking out of glass 2,000 years ago.
I just watched the TV one time. I see a movie in the TV. I see this is Zayd al-Halal. I see they put it in the TV, he's white. But everybody know, even the white, they know this is Zayd al-Halal, he's a black.
If you take the map of the old city, you never find the African quarter. You will find Christian quarter, Armenian, Jewish, Muslim quarter, but never the African quarter.
National TV about Palestinian suffering. You ever see a black brother?
No.
But we suffer the same.
People from our people. They regard Jesus to be black, Moses, Muhammad, Abraham.
So yeah, so definitely make sure you check out that documentary. But so now I'm gonna bring hold on one sec. All right. So now, shalom, Brother Stephen Graham. It's good to have you on the show, all the way from UK. Shalom, brother.
Shalom, Aki. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. If you could talk a little bit about this, the documentary Northeast Africa. It's a very well-known documentary.
Yeah, the documentary I done in 2000 and I think it's 2012, 2013. When I went to the Holy Land I just wanted to do first-class research. So I didn't want to, just read books about the Holy Land and do, studying from books and what people say. I wanted to visit for myself to see, and feel the land as well. So I went there and I met up with different communities and I spoke to different people and, inspired by what I saw and what I felt, I filmed different brothers and and yeah, the documentary came to pass thanks to the Most High.
Yes, and it was definitely a success. And if you could tell the people about your testimony, what you've actually been through, because you actually you were born and raised in Jamaica, right?
No, I was born in London, but I grew in Jamaica still.
Oh, okay. So if you could tell everybody about your upbringing, then how you came up, and then how you came into the truth.
Well, I was always I came up. What it was, I was born in London. So my mother, like North East Africa documentary, that was actually dedicated to my mother. If you look at the beginning of the documentary, it says Janita. It says Juanita Bashiba Shamuel, my mom's name. So I was born when I was youth, I've always known I was an Israelite still. You know, it's not something I just overnight I come to understand or come to that conclusion. But you know, grew up in London where most man just really, you know, the Caribbean culture was really dominantly more Rastafarianism. You get what I'm saying? I was more focused on that kind of life, you know, and just living really still, just about just being myself. Because in England it's very multicultural, like in America. So it wasn't really like, you know, predominantly focused on the Israelite culture, though there's certain practices mom kept in the house, but it was more just kind of like doing what the general people did. But for me, I had a lot of troubles as a youth growing up still, you know. I had family pressures and problems, you know. And a lot of Israelite brothers today are facing it, like, you know, because a lot of brothers, when we, as you say, come into truth, but I would say the truth's always in us. It's just about reconnecting to our truth, you get what I mean? Because what's in your DNA is always in your DNA. That never changes, you know what I mean? So I won't really say, you know, we came into truth. I would say we reconnected to our truth, you know, we connect back to our truth. But for me growing up, yeah, I had a lot of troubles, you know, and like I said, a lot of youth in America, England, Jamaica, you know, it's like we're Israelite descendants, but we never grew up really focused on truth and scriptures. We more focused, grew up seeing what was portrayed at us, and you know, experiencing the many factors that cause us to live a certain way, like, you know, the street life, you know, due to poverty, social deprivation, family breakdown, you know, mother and father separated. You find that a lot in our communities, you know. So for me, facing those kind of issues, it led me to the streets, you know, at an early age. So as a youth, I was on the streets, and I got done at the age of 15. I went jail at 15 for drug trafficking, and you know, I kicked out of 4 high schools. I had a really hard life as a youth growing up, you know, a really rough life, you know, because I had a lot of trauma going, like I said, through my troubled youth, my troubled ages. And then I ended up going to Jamaica, though, in my early teens to go and live. But at the same time in Jamaica, I got myself caught up in a lot of stuff out there as well, you know. And that led to me having to leave Jamaica because of violence. You know, I got myself caught up in a lot of violence. And, you know, Jamaican streets can be very violent, you know. So I got caught up in a lot of problems out there. And then I ended up leaving Jamaica, come back to England. And then I ended up going back to Jamaica, where the streets caught up with me again. And I ended up, you know, getting a serious charge in Jamaica prison. So I did a long time in Jamaica prison for manslaughter charge. It was for murder charge, but to manslaughter. And that's where I really started looking to myself and, you know, reconnecting back to scriptures, because I mean, I had more time in my hand than I needed or that I wanted. But the Most High knows best, innit? So while in prison, I took time out and read the Bible twice, the whole Bible from Genesis to Revelation, read it twice. Then I sent for a Hebrew Bible and I started reading that, taught myself to read Hebrew in prison, which kind of helped me, you know, while I'm in Israel. But and from there, you know, I decided I have to go to the Holy Land when I leave prison, you know. But at the same time, during those times, it allowed me to reflect on a lot of things I'm going through. You know, it's like a lot of us out here on the road, because for me personally, I see a lot of youths, you know, in America, England, that's out on the streets. But those who are, as the people call awakened or are awakening or come to that consciousness, never forget, you know, your brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't judge our people for what they're doing and what they're going. What we do need to do is help re-educate them, you know. And as myself over here in England, we have a program where we try to re-educate the youth them, innit? Not just pushing Hebrew truth on them, but more talking and re-educating them, trying to help them to change their lives and to understand how they got into this picture. And not only how do you get into the picture, how did your mother and father get into the picture they're in? Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's a vicious cycle that was set before us for us to fail. And we have to understand that. And everyone likes to refer to Deuteronomy 28, know what we go through and the situation where we're going through and our struggles and our sorrows and everything else. We have to understand not just look at the sins of our forefathers that put us in a predicament, but understand that there's a blessing and there's curses and there's also blessings. And the blessings is again when we really look in ourselves to analyze ourselves and start that change within ourselves, because the blessings will definitely come about when we start making our changes within ourselves, because they say it's greater he in you than he in the world, isn't it? So when you start looking yourself to make those changes, that will also polarize and spiritual energy, the spiritual energetic vibration within yourself will go out into the universe, innit? And everyone needs to know about the change in itself. So there's more said to give us a new heart, a new mind. So it's all about the individual really change themselves. So for me, I believe it's really important at this time to really start helping to make changes for our families. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what I do. That's why hence I put so much time and effort into making documentaries and just put them out on YouTube for free, because to me, it ain't just about making the money, you know. Don't get it twisted. I spend a lot of money to make these documentaries, and YouTube don't pay well. You get what I'm saying? But it ain't about the money, really, for me. You get what I'm saying? It's about how can I help re-educate my brothers and help my brothers, and what can I help over here, like I said, I personally do youth work programs where I do, like, this will help funds me to make my documentaries. You know, and it's a struggle, but it's a struggle that I'm willing to undertake, because I do, like, programs I teach. I got a book called I'm a Gun, technically, where it's talk about, you know, street life, and it breaks down the family problems, you know, that we face as a people globally. You know, even if you go to Brazil, you know, black people still have it over there. Where you find many Hebrews, they still have it over there. The same situation is all over the place, where we have deprivation, we have breakdown families, we have poverty, you know, and then, but yet we seem to have so much guns and drugs in every corner of a liquor store. Like, we've got to be very realistic here. These are all set up, this is all set up, it's all a plan. So we have to understand, by the transformation that we have to make within ourselves to change the dynamics of our surroundings and our environment, innit? You get what I'm saying? And I don't mean physical, just a physical environment, but even your psychological environment. Because if you can't change the dome, then, you know what I'm saying, you'll never end up reaching back. You never end up being no good back home. You feel me? So for me, it's like, I had to go through what I went through to become the person I am today. So I don't look at my past as a bad thing. I look at my past as a learning curve, innit? Because like I said, when you look at Deuteronomy, it tells you blessings and curses. But I think a lot of people want to keep sticking in the curses. We already know the curses are, it doesn't point out who are the true people, the curses. But are we going to stick to the curses, or are we going to start changing our own mindset to start thinking about the blessings that will come to us? And when we tend to most, how you open ways for us. You feel me? And I feel like, you know, it's not chump change to make these documentaries. And I don't know, anyone knows my channel knows I got 14 on there, and I've done a lot of traveling. You know what I'm saying? But the youth work I do and the mentoring programs I put on, and the martial arts I teach, because I also teach martial arts. I've been doing it for 19 years. The martial arts I teach, you know, these things that help pave the way for me to do what I'm doing. So my things all self-funded. You get what I mean? It's like, true to the most, thanks to the most, I fund myself to make my documentaries. You know, it's not government funded. It's not community funded. Not saying I wouldn't have help from the community, but I do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? Because time waits for no man. And if you really want something, you know, the most I will open a way for you. I mean, I'm not saying community can't help me. I'd love that. But the reality is, I'm very passionate about reaching out to the community, global community. You feel me? And that's why I feel no way of sharing my past life with people. Because I mean, you can see I've got interviews on my channel anyway about my life, what I've been through. You know, and I've also got a documentary called I'm a Gun. But basically it's based off the book I'm a Gun. So, you know, for me, it's like, I think it's important that we understand that as a people, there's so much for us to do, but the true battle begins within ourselves as individuals. Because if we control and channel ourselves, individuals, we will become a greater people. Do you get what I'm saying? Because we're not just connected to Israelites. Remember, the Bible tells us not just being a physical Israelite is what's going to make us great enough, but our spiritual blessing. And not every Israelite is chosen in that spiritual blessing, because we know that many are called, few are chosen. The number of Israel shall be, according to Isaiah, Yeshayahu, shall be like a number that that baby can count. So it's not about every Israelite, but it's about those who spiritually shall come together. Most I say worship in spirit and truth. So it's, for me, it's like, you know, connecting with people whose heart and mind. And me saying this right now, I'm talking to anybody out there who wants to reach out and support me, not just about financing, I'm talking about just work together with me to help develop and grow and do other things, I'm all for it. Because right now it's about building time. It's a building process right now we need to do.
Right.
But every building step starts from within the individual.
Right.
It's like a house, innit? When you build a house, you got loads of blocks, but every block is a person in it. But once you're on a spiritual level, everybody's spiritually inclining and slotting in where we need to slot in to make things happen. It ain't a physical thing. You get what I'm saying? Not just a physical thing, but yes, I mean, it's not about every Israelite, but it's about those Israelites whose heart and minds are willing to come together in this present time.
If you could, because I had the book up there, talk about the book a little more and also where they could get it. I showed the Amazon. I see it's on Amazon.
The book's on Amazon. It's on Amazon.uk and Amazon.com. The book is like the book is about a guy named Blacker. Again, he's a road man. He's a road youth, like a lot of young people. Street life. We know the street life is something prevalent, not not only because of our surroundings, but media likes to portray it a lot in it. You know what I'm saying? They like to portray that. That's all we know. But the reality, the sad thing is our reality that's what's going on. But we know greater than we have to be greater. But it's about a youth. It's about some youth who get caught up with the whole nature of the gun. Because for me, I understand the gun thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's an energetic. Everything has energy in it. Everything has an energetic. Anything has energy to it. We don't just underestimate the power of energy. You feel me? And when a man holds a gun in hand still, any man who knows like to hold a gun, or even a weapon, if a man or even a girl is angry and she picks up a bottle for somebody, the kind of energy you feel like, I'm gonna do something crazy, it puts a whole other energy into your body. Whether we acknowledge it on that level or not, there's like a little takeover. You feel more powerful, feel more this. So the book is written from a gun perspective. So the gun tells a story. So it's not like actually me talking and glamorizing about violence, but there's a lot of violence in it. But I'm not glamorizing the violence. I'm talking about the psychological control that the gun actually has over you without even knowing it. You feel me? And it highlights the social construct and the way family are broken down. The way families are broken down, like, women understand the situation that men's having certain things, but they're allowing you to do certain things, to conduct certain ways with weapons of destruction. And at the same time, some women not knowing and getting caught up in the trap of, didn't know my man does this, and next minute she get caught in the crossfire, or someone kicks up the door and she gets killed. So it highlights a lot of things that happen, to people who know, who don't know, just the troubles we face in our community. But at the same time, there's a lot of Israelite teachers in the scriptures, in the book as well, because there's a very conscious woman in the book called Maya. She's Blacker's girlfriend, and I don't tell you everything about the book, because the book is really, I say it's really in depth. Maya's very conscious, and she understands herself as an Israelite, and she starts teaching Blacker and Blacker's crew about who they are as Israelites, and that the people take from the shores of Africa are actually Israelites and not just black slaves. And she goes into all this history. But when she's talking to Black and teaching Blacker, I gave the gun a character because it's written from a metaphorical way. So what is this Black? The gun's listening to her talking to Black and saying, "Who's this Black Queen of Sheba?" And the gun's actually disrespecting her and saying she's nobody, and she's trying to turn Blacker's heart from being a cold killer into this righteous man. Blacker would always be an evil guy, and so technically, I gave the gun a character. Do you get what I mean? Like, I gave the gun a personality. Like, if the gun was a person to talk, because it's energy, how would it conduct itself, or how would it express itself? Like, when Blacker holds a gun, I talk about the gun then feeling the heart rate of Blacker, the Blacker's pulse. Because anyone who knows about, straps, or if you hold any weapon, or even when you're angry, you get adrenaline rush. And if you got a weapon in your hand, I gave that weapon, like a weapon could feel the energy that's going through you, like the pulsation and the heart rate. So the gun will say, the heart rate is pumping. Is that I really went into breaking down the things that's destroying our community. At the same time, putting a lot of information there about the Black community. The book's doing really well. That it's become a 6-week program. It was a 12-week, but it's become a 6-week program, which will be taken. I'll be taking in at schools, and I'm trying to get it taken into like Europe, and hopefully maybe one day come into America and deliver the program, and then talk about my experience and what I went through as a youth. Because being in Jamaica prison is no joke. You know what I'm saying? And Jamaica prison is very wild, and so what I done, I used I do a lot of that when I that's how I do to make, like I said, make money. I do a lot of talks about, you know, trying to turn youth around. I do outreach. So I go into different areas and talk to young people, because I know how much you know about what's going on in England. England's got a high, crazy rate of stabbings. I mean, stabbings and shootings in England is going crazy, especially around near my bits. So for me, I want to give back, you know what I'm saying, to the young people, and not just in my era, like globally. So I pray most time that my music and my books and my documentaries can touch people's hearts, you know, and change those who, you know, my spirits are aligned and we can connect, you know what I'm saying, through not just through my books and documentary. And one day, you know, if I physically see them, we connect on a physical level too, you feel me? You know, our spiritually go together, because right now, like I said, it's the time, you know, we generally are keeping the system alive. The system is dead. And I say that, and I'll say that again, the system is dead. We keeping the system alive and kicking because we're moving like hamsters on the wheel. It's not the system that's killed banging, it's us are still sleeping. As much as we claim that we're still awoke, and we don't realize that if we stop doing certain things, this whole stuff dropping it. Become like when the children of Israel, you know, when they're chatting down the wall, Jericho wall, we try in one accord, innit? When our spirits are aligned, you know, we all more powerful, you feel me? But it's like we just want to keep we keeping this thing going more than anything else. A lot of us don't seem to realize that. Do you get me? Because we shouldn't just can't keep just thinking about the curse. We need to look at the blessings. You get what I'm saying? Because it's a good thing when we turn our hearts back, you know what I mean? We got to start looking at the blessings. So for me, really, you know, that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm doing my part, my little part, you know what I'm saying? And every man do the little part, and every sister do the little part, and, you know, what's the be? But yeah, that's really me, where I'm coming from still.
If you could talk about, because I'm gonna pull your website up here. Talk about the music you make, and where the passion for that comes from and everything.
The music I make, my passion for music, my passion for music started a long time ago still. Yeah, that's my website. That's my passion for music. It started when I was a youth still, to be honest. I was doing music. I was in Jamaica. I used to sing with my friends them. I used to part of a DJ called Paned. He's dead right now still. They killed him long while back still. I used to part of Paned and Caperton them Monday, like some famous Jamaican DJs. And what happened is I ended up like I said, I kind of was too hooked on the streets. I've always been a good DJ, but I was too hooked up on the streets. And I was good at, you know, they call Jamaican toasting, innit? But I was hooked up on the streets, and so I didn't really pursue my abilities. I don't have the abilities as myself. And I always try to tell young people today, you know what I mean, even older people, we need to seek our passion in it. Because our passion is our passion, the thing that we're passionate about is our skills. And the Most High has given everybody and everyone a blessing and a skill. Everybody have a skill. Don't get twisted. Everybody have a skill. And Israelites are very skilled people by nature. It's in our DNA. You feel me? But I never really did follow my passion as a youth, innit? I was good at a lot of things, even sports. I read a book recently, it's my autobiography about my life. And I was passionate. I was good at a lot of things, but because of the traumatic life I grew up having, I never really pushed my passion and focused on my passion. I was caught up in a lot of things and made myself shape my passion still, you know? So, for me, I was DJing for a long time, like I was saying, as a little youth. And then I stopped DJing. And when I went to prison, I bought a couple of artists like even Jackie Oden, but I didn't follow the music still in prison either. I was just chilling. I stopped. But when I came out, I felt like, you know, I want to get back into my first passion. So I built myself a music studio. And I worked hard and, you know, bought all my equipment. I built myself a really nice studio. And then I told myself, you know, because for me, I believe in independence. I want to make my things independent. I want to have my own, you know, so I can make other people use it and work with me and do things. So I built a studio and I started putting out, you know, music. And I did an album with a friend of mine. He helped me do my album called Journey, my first album, which I released called Journey. It's got some really deep songs in it still. And I got 1-2 videos on my YouTube channel. And then, yeah, I just got back in and I linked up with Benny Yah, my brothers from America, and a few other brothers, man. I linked up with some really good brothers still, you know, Echo and Moray and, you know, Maccabee, and there's quite a few brothers I've been working with recently still. You know, because for me, music is something that really touches people. And as Israelites, music is very important to us, always has been. You know what I'm saying? Because the Bible takes it very clear in Psalms 87, as well as singers and players, along with well as singers and players and instruments, all my springs are indeed. You know what I mean? And when King David came up from beating up, don't know, when he came up from destroying Goliath, the scriptures made it very clear that the Israelites came out singing in, the men and the women and the men sing for King David. You feel me? So for us, music has always been something, you know, as I said about tambourines playing. So Israelites love music, you know, and David played the harp in it. It was beautiful. And as we call it, David giving the psalm. So music is something that we Israelites know. Even from the Torah, it tells you, when we go into battle, you know, we have the drums. You get what I'm saying? So music is something, nothing new. And we know that's part of creation still, isn't it? And when, you know, rain drop from the housetop, you hear the little noise. You get what I'm saying? And the breeze blowing, it's like music, you feel me? And then your good thoughts that go with it and the birds singing. So for me, music is something really important. You know what I'm saying? As an Israelite, music is important. And that's a tool that we have. Us, you know what I mean? Not just Caribbean people in America, we love music. You know, it's not something we want to switch as Israelites. We don't never switch off music. That's something real to us. You feel me? And a lot of people like feel like we mustn't be, I don't know, like, you know, music is wrong. I mean, music is natural, you know? It connects the heart naturally. You understand? The heart itself beat, boom, 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 boom. You feel me? It's music itself, blood. So this life, music is life. So for me, getting back to my first love was something that I had to do, you know? But that's why I go back to what I originally said about passion. When I talk to young people, even today, I talk to like even older people and they say, I don't know what to do with myself. I said, blood, what do you really like? What did you like? Or what really makes you feel good about things? They would tell me, this, that. I say, okay, well, that you follow. That's your calling, deal with it. You know, a lot of people want to try to do something that's not really going to fulfill them, like go for this big fancy job. I'm not saying nothing wrong with having certain big fancy jobs, but if it's not going to bring out the best in you and not going to make you feel fulfilled, then it's not about you, because fulfillment must come from within your heart, innit? So it don't make sense me having a big job and doing or making a big money doing something I don't like, because I'll be a miserable money man. I'd rather be a poor happy man than a miserable money man. See me, I deal with, so it really depends, you know. For me, it's all about inspiring our people. So that's what I really want to do. I want to inspire people with everything I'm trying to do. And, you know, I'm more than happy to connect with everybody who's on the same wavelength, who understand this around. It's about rising, because it's not about how much money alone we can make, no, you know. It's about awakening and rising the arts of one another, innit? And once we can do that, everything else will come our way, no matter what. You get me?
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Looking at your website, talk a little bit about the book, some of your books you've written.
So I wrote some poetry books as well. Look, I write poetry. I'm very expressive like that still. I write poetry. I write a couple of poetry books. I wrote a book called Compatible Minds, which I'm actually relaunching the book very soon. Compatible Minds. I'm relaunching it. New cover, everything. Because what is, I wrote the book in 2012. I'm a poet as well. I wrote them in prison. Both the romance novel and the poems I wrote them while I was in prison. And most people say that's a funny way to place to write romance novel in prison. Like, you're surrounded by thugs and killers, but you're writing romance in prison. Well, I'm a man. I have a good connection with myself, and I miss woman companionship. So I wrote those books in prison. You know, really touching books to me still. And what I did, I compiled and put them out when I came out. But when I ended up doing a lot of traveling, making documentaries, I didn't promote them when I first put them out. So I actually relaunched them. So Compatible Minds actually went live today with a new cover. So I'm going to start relaunching it and start promoting it again to sell it. And sell it more. It was selling, but I want to push it more. And like on my poem books, they're going to all be compiled to one book and put out, because I've got some other books I'm working on right now, which is my autobiography called Oneness. No, my autobiography called Incarceration J.A., which goes into depth about my life and I grew up and, you know, the family breakdowns and what caused me to do certain things I did. And also I wanted to reflect on the community, to help the community to understand, you know, the global community, to understand, you know, don't be ashamed of the things you're going through. You get what I mean? Because no one can judge you. No one can make you feel like you're small, or no one can keep you down. Because if you remember scriptures, that tell you when, I think it's Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, when the Most High took him from being a great man and made him nothing, till him start eat the grass. You understand? The Most High can rise who he desires and he can drop who he desires. You feel me?
Right.
So for me, I don't want people to be ashamed of whatever struggles you're going through. You know, some people are scared that they're going through poverty or going through pains and going through sorrows, or, you know, family breakdowns, or dad's not doing his, dad don't have money and things. That we need to stop, instead of judging and looking down on our community, we need to start uplifting our community. You get what I'm saying? Start judging people what they're doing and look at the reason why they're doing what they're doing, or what got them to that predicament, and start trying to help. You understand what I mean?
Right.
And that's why I wrote my autobiography, because I expose a lot about my life and my upbringing and what I went through. You know, people see me today and say, Steve, you're doing, you know, great work, this, that, and, you know, you're doing amazing things, and you're coming from nothing, you're coming up. But my life wasn't always like this, and I'm still struggling for struggles. But at the same time, I'm happy in myself. You understand? I feel good in myself. And this is the key I want people to understand about. It's about loving self, really, and understand we can overcome things and stop making other people make you feel like, you know, you can't be the best you can be. Because life is not a competition against nobody. Life's a competition against yourself. Greatest E in you than E in the world. You understand? So for me, my competition against me. There's nobody in this world I have to fight against or be trying better than myself. And this is what I'm trying to tell the people, and through what I do, my works, my music, my books, my documentaries, about loving self, understanding self. And you understand, even through the documentary I do, like in Palestine, the same thing. I want people to understand history and culture. You know, through my books and that same thing, history and culture, but at the same time, learn to love self. You know, music likewise, learn to love self, because the key is self here. And I mean, it's not mean self in a selfish way, but if I can't truly love myself, respect myself, how can I really love you? You feel me? And when you look at the law of Moses, you know, it tells you the same thing, you know. Because when I really dig the law of Moses, I look in like the 10 Commandments. It says, thou shalt not steal, right? Let's look at this. Imagine this now. Let's look at this realities. Imagine this. If I, don't steal, think about the spiritual aspect. Because a lot of people look at these laws and think they're just physical, you know. Most laws was far from physical law, you know, it's a spiritual law. You know. Jesus was trying to give man back the understanding of the spirituality of the law. It was not just a physical law. And Moses is not a physical God in the sense like that. You understand? It's a spiritual God. You see my David? It's the God of living, not the God of dead. So we look at the reality of the laws. If I don't steal from a man, what happens to me really? If you have something right now, see Israel, if you have something right now, and I decide not to touch your things, I think this juice is yours, brother. Yeah? This is your juice. But I decide not to take your juice behind your back. Not only physically I've restrained myself from doing it now, but what have I also done on a endocrine level? Yeah? The feel-good factor of me restraining myself creates different chemicals in my body, right? Of feeling good. But at the same time, if me not taking something from you, not only does it create a feel-good factor I cannot see, it's an energetic thing inside me. It also creates a spiritual thing with me where in myself, I send out a different vibration in the earth. Because we have to understand now, as people, as Israelites now, and understand our DNA, we are connected to creation itself now. Because we are connected to creation itself. Because if you think about it, when the children were given the land of the Holy Land, it was a land flushes, right? It was, they said the fruit was massive, and the land was a land of milk and honey, and the representation of a beautiful, like, you know, glorious land. But at the same time, the land became barren when the people start sinning. So we are connected not just to the earth, but also to the creation, the universe, innit? So when we're not doing right by ourselves, we don't do right by the universe, innit? We change the polarity, innit? You get where I'm coming from? So the law wasn't just a thing where we look on the law on a physical level and just say, well, if I don't steal, and it's done like that. That's why Jesus said to you, not only if you think about the adultery, not only if you commit adultery, but if you think about it, because our minds are more powerful than we have to look at. There's more to the thought pattern than we just think it's just a thing of how I think. There's a spiritual aspect and an energetic aspect that goes with this whole Torah law that I hope so many people acknowledge it from that perspective, and not just a physical thing like, you know, don't this, don't that. It's always been a spiritual aspect to it. You get what I mean? I talk about this in my documentary that I did called Light of Israel, the Glow of the World in Jerusalem. The law is not just a physical law, like, oh, don't touch this, don't this, that. There's a spiritual aspect to it. There's an energetical aspect to it. You get what I'm saying? The unseen is more powerful than the seen. The scripture make it very clear. You get what I mean? So this is where I'm coming from. So for me, this is why I said I had to make a transformation in my life, and I start seeing these things in prison. I start making a transformation in my life, and through my music and my books and my documentaries, I want to try and help make the transformation in my brothers them, and I can't actually make it in them. They have to make it themselves by seeing and feeling the same energetical feeling I'm getting or I'm giving into what I'm doing in my music, for my books, my documentaries, and they can feel it and they can vibrate, and we can vibrate together on the same frequency. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, that's you know, that's just me still.
So and that's a similar mindset that I have is like some of the pain and confusion I went through when I was growing up, just with my identity and who I was just as a man. You know what I'm saying? Once I learned and figured it out, I wanted to help other brothers out so they wouldn't have to go through all the pain and darkness I went through. If you could talk about your the youth I guess organization you have, or you're a youth mentor, or what exactly do you?
What it is, I got I got a company. My company's EP Global. It's my own company, EP Global. If you go on my website, you'll see I do a lot of work like youth. Like I said, I do outreach. So I go and talk to young people affected by street gangs, and even young kids who's not affected by street gangs. It's actually, that's not actually on the website there that you've got there. The one website you got there hasn't got my stuff about young people. My actual website with the youth, about the youth stuff, is actually called Stephen Graham Projects. What you've got there is stephengraham.net, which is my documentaries and books.
Okay.
But if you was typing Stephen Graham Projects with an S on the end of the projects, stephengrahamprojects.com, you'll bring up my other stuff that a lot of Israelites don't know about me, because they only know about me, and they will go to stephengraham.net because that's got my book. So they go to my YouTube channel, EP Global. But if you go to stephengrahamprojects.com, then you'll see a whole other side of me that a lot of Israelites don't know about. Do you get what I'm saying? A lot of side of me that a lot of people don't know about it, because a lot of people know where my funding comes from for my documentaries. Like I said, it don't come from nobody. It's all funded by me. Do you get what I mean? I don't know if you can bring it up, Stephen Graham Projects.
I got it up there right now. So you go ahead and
yeah, Stephen Graham Projects, yeah.
And your mentoring services, if that's what I was.
Yeah, it's got mentoring services. It's got like a lot of testimonials from the people I've worked with. I worked with a lot of famous footballers, footballers, boxers. You know, I've done a lot of stuff. And this is what I've done. I work my bones off. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is what I do to actually make my money, that I can then, you know, do my documentaries. You know, and it's, like I say, it's a challenge and it's a struggle, because, you know, I got bills, I got everything else to do like everybody else. But for me, I feel in my heart, I feel not obligated, but I know I'm driven to do this. You know, to it's loading up slowly on your computer, I can see.
Yeah.
But you know, my heart's driven to do these things. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I do. I do mentoring. I used to have my own clinic. I recently give the clinic up, because I'm a physio as well by trade. I'm a physio because when I came out of prison, I went to university and did a degree in musculoskeletal rehabilitation. Okay. So I'm a specialist in physiotherapy. So I do I do a lot of treatments for people, but I also personal train. I teach martial arts. I strength and condition a lot of athletes. You know, I work a lot of boxers and footballers, and I work with a few Premiership players. So this is what I do, innit? So, you know, I work with a sports agency that refers people to me and they pay me. So this is how I make my money. And I invest my money back into the community. You know, I don't want to talk about community. I want to show community that I'm 100% supportive of community. You know, some of those videos you see on the front, they're like organizations that spoke about me. Like, you see some testimonies there from universities. I go in and lecture and I talk, like criminology students and that. And I break down the difference between what is a theory, you know, like Freud and those people make theories on these things, from actually the real truth. Do you get what I'm saying, of what's really going on? So it's about really just bringing truth to light. That's what I do. You know, you get fights along the way, because especially when you're not coming from a place of just trying to make money, you're coming from a place where they know that you're trying to invest money back into good things. You get fights, people try to shut doors on you. You get what I'm saying? They try to block you from getting certain works and that, you know, because I get self-contracted. But, you know, the Most High always opens a way for me to make enough money that I can, you know, pay my bills, look after my children. Sometimes it's a struggle, but it's, you know, for me, this is what I'm devoted to. You know, I'm praying. I plan to fly out 2019. You know, I want to go to Ethiopia. I want to go to Sudan. There's a few places I want to go. You know, I want to go across to India. There's a few places I want to go to make documentaries. But, you know, I'll just leave it on the most I've had in timing. But for me, it's really important that I do as much as I can for the young people. And I make the young people see, you know, I'm not out here flashing jewels and big cars and that kind of stuff. I'm investing my money back into things that will help them. At the same time, it's about leaving my legacy too. You know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be remembered as the man, you know, just remembered for my street life that I lived. You know, now when people look at my street life, they talk about me, my street life, because, you know, it's not every time or every day you hear of a guy coming from England or even America and going to Jamaica and doing stuff. You really hear Jamaicans coming to America and England and doing stuff. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
My lifestyle and what I went through and what I'd done was very different, you know, and my family's very known in Jamaica too. You know, so it's a thing for me. I use my experience not to boast about the things I went through or you know, the stuff I've done, or to act like, you know, I'm tough. It's more to reawaken people and to educate people, you know, and to share my experience and to not just talk about what I went through, but understand, like I said, back to the root causes, because we need to understand our community. When you see a woman acting out of character or a man acting out of character, there's always a root cause behind why he's doing what he's doing.
Right.
But who's taking time to really, you know, reach out to him and try to understand what's going on there. You feel me? Or what's going on in her life? Why has she got multiple partners? Why has she sent herself for dough? Even though she's doing it for the most, like, why? Even if it's just a physical matter today, she's doing it for just a physical money. But what caused her to be like that, and what put her in that predicament, that mindset? Who was she imaging or mirroring, shall I say? What images was she seeing? And what happened in her past? Was it one of her parents that she saw maybe go through certain things and said, you know, hey, I ain't going through that, but didn't know a better way how to make the money, that she didn't want to go for that same struggle? Like, there's a lot of things that we see, we shouldn't really judge. You get what I'm saying? Like the scripture said, put up, you know, take out hand to the poor and needy. A lot of our people are needy without even knowing it. Not only physical needy, spiritual needy. They don't know themselves. I know myself when I was younger. I'm still learning myself now. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
But it's you know, it's about really understanding our people and what, you know, like, just let me understand, but about really having compassion for our people. You know, empathy, love. You know what I'm saying? Really loving our people. And that's what is important today. You get me? So, you know, that's, like I said again, I want anyone who's out there who really, really about trying to make changes and that, please definitely reach out to me. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, say how we can build and do stuff together. And any publishers out there in America who's interested in getting, you know, doing something with me, I got some really good books that I want to get published. And I'm talking to publishers right now, but, you know, I'll definitely have to collab still, you know, and especially on the publishing, the book business, music, you know what I'm saying? And even the documentaries, man. Anyone got good ideas, shut them at me, you know what I'm saying? Let's discuss and talk, see what we can do, because it's about bringing that truth to light, you know?
Right. So, Yehukana Yasha'Allah, he asks, do you have a GoFundMe page or place to donate?
I have a donation page on my website.
Okay.
That I got to pay for.
So that was, let me go back to it. Hold on.
You go, not the Stephen Graham Projects, the StephenGraham.net.
Yeah, because I saw that button up there.
A donation page, which I haven't really promoted. I just sometimes put on my YouTube links, but I haven't really promoted it. I should do. But again, I'm restructuring my company as well, because I've done everything, like I said, by myself. I haven't really asked no one for nothing. But I will start literally, I do know I should reach out to the community more, but I'm just so driven about getting things done. But, you know, there are a lot of people in the community, no disrespect, I know they would love to support and help, you know, and I'll be much appreciated for those who want to help. I want to build, and, you know, how we can work together and how we can do things together, because it's so important that, you know what I mean, we need to definitely come together and do things.
Right. If people want to contact you or see your stuff, of course, he has a very good platform, as you can see right here with his website. It also says you're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, and SoundCloud. And I guess I see you on Facebook a lot, and you do. Let me go to your YouTube channel. Talk about your YouTube channel a little bit, because that is where his documentary's at. And this is it right here. It's the first one that pops up right there. So that's definitely a good place to start if you want to see the type of work he's done. And like I said, he's boots on the ground. Like he's down there in these countries talking to these people, you know, getting the truth right there, as you could see in the trail I played earlier. And real fast, I'm going to play another trailer so you can see some of the other work he's done. So bear with me and I'll bring it up here. All right. Let me see, where's that at? All right. So this is some of the other work he's done. And I'll play this. And then when I'm done playing it, I'll just have him elaborate on it.
Call upon our community to help me show you. In your eyes, this land, the Holy Land, what they call Israel, Palestine, this is Africa.
This is Africa.
Guns serve multiple social functions. They allow you to criminalize a group of people. They help for a society that hates particular groups of people to wipe those people out.
They have bodyguards over there. So the Palestinian kids can go over there. And as I told you, in spite of the fact that we pay the same taxes, we don't get the same services.
You say my land, I have a document. You say, okay, you have a document, this is your land, but it's not to live, not to make anything with this land.
People from our people. They regard Jesus to be black, Moses, Muhammad, Abraham.
All right, so Steve, you could talk a little bit about that the movie reel trailer.
The showreel, yeah, the showreel's like I made a showreel about 2015, 2014. The showreel, basically, it's just like showing like different documentaries I have. It's not all my documentaries, because like I said, I made 14 documentaries. There's three more soon releasing on my YouTube channel. But that showreel's got like Northeast Africa in it. It's got Secret of the Desert, which I done with my family members, Sheikh Aid. It's got the voice of Wadi Anam, which is technically highlighting what they call the brother plan, where Israel was just breaking down. They're still doing it. Bulldozers, they're not calling it the brother plan no more. but they're bulldozing down a lot of homes that belong to both indigenous black Palestinians as well as Arabs. That documentary was filmed by filmed it Azazma tribe, which is a very famous tribe in Holy Land. Azazma, very ancient tribe. And I did a tribe, of course, with Sheikh Hayid in the Tarabin, which is one of the most strongest tribes in the Holy Land, the Tarabin tribe. And I did a lot of, I did work as well when I went to Morocco. That's not in that trailer, but I also went to Morocco and did a documentary based on the Israelites in Morocco, which was very interesting because a lot of people look at the Moroccan Jews today and they don't understand the history of actually Morocco regarding to the original black Israelites that were in Morocco, you know. And when I went into the synagogue of Hamin Pinto, that it was mind blowing to see the pictures of the Jews back in the 1700s there, what they call Jews. I rather use Israelites, but what they call the Jews back in the 1700s, they were black like me and you. You know, that time the Abdullah Muhammad Sharif was the leader Sultan there. You know, he was a son of Ismail, the Black Sultan, the famous Black Sultan.
You know, and I want to say real quick, it's a couple things is you always hear this when people go over there, put boots on the ground, and they're there, and the difference in the facts that you get and you learn over there, and then the crap that we're taught over here, you know, is like these history books that they have over here. I mean, they're a mess, and my whole thing is like we see the pattern of how the European history is full of a bunch of lies, so we should already know not to listen to them. But what they do here, because they're so deceptive, is they almost brainwash you into thinking the Muslims over there are evil, and all those people over there in the Middle East, they crazy, they evil, and they lying, and they're going to kill you and all this stuff. And you have this stigma of people, or this preconceived notion of people who live over in Africa and the Middle East. When the reality is, if you go over there and you begin talking to those people, they'll blow your mind with the truth and the real history. Can you talk on that, Steve?
Yeah, well, if you look in the reality is this, the European preconception of the Bible and anything else, it doesn't make much sense anyway. Because if you look, when you go in the book of Genesis, from the first page, you know, from we start talking about places, when we start naming places, Ethiopia pops up in your head anyway. So for us as black people, it's very crazy. That's the power of deception, though, isn't it? And if I even talk about over there and how the people think over there, that's the power of deception. Because when you look at Genesis, when we start about places, and talk about Ethiopia, and it talks about Gion, and which we know is the Nile. We're talking about African places anyway. You get what I'm saying? We're not talking about nowhere in Europe, but yet we had this preconceived concept of a white Jesus, and you know, this European concept of like everything over there is all, you know, Europeanized. But that's not actually there. When you go there yourself, you'll see for yourself that the people have a very strong identity and a very strong culture. You get what I mean? And like there's many indigenous tribes, they know themselves. They live more they move more closer to Torah in the way they treat you, the customs. You don't go to their house and buy food. You have to pay them money for food and that. In the indigenous tribes, you know, you have what's it called, the Yati tribe. They're actually Israelites, but they'll tell you, but they practice Islam today. Yeah, you have different tribes, but all the tribes, there's Tarabin, whether it's Azazma, all the tribes, even the small tribes, you know, they all have a way of custom of dealing with people when you come to their houses. You know, they give you the best of everything. They give you big food. You know, they treat you as the Torah says treat people when they come to you. The hospitality is amazing. You'll find no hospitality like this. The tea, the coffee, you know, they have the way of conducting things and the way how they give you the coffee, and you know if they want you to stay, you know if they want you to go, the way they give you food, you know, but this for them it's important to give you food when you come to them. Yeah. You understand? It's not, you know, when you go stay with them, you don't have to pay to board, and when you board with them, the traditional custom is like in the scriptures, you first come somewhere, they're not supposed to ask you questions. They just take you in. And after a couple of days, they can ask you questions. Why you came, what you come for. Because it's an honor, as in the scriptures, we know it's an honor when a guest comes to you.
And this is the thing, because I lived, when I was in the military, I lived in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia. I lived in the city out there for a while. And when I first got there, from the brainwashing of being over here, I'm thinking everybody got a bomb tied to them because the way that everybody dressed, and I'm like scared of everybody. I'm thinking, you know, and then as I began to kind of get used to being there, I realized how family oriented their whole society is. It wasn't money oriented or business or let's go, 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 go. Everything was centered around family, and it was totally different, you know.
It's beautiful when you're eating. You don't sit down like a dog and eat by yourself. Dogs eat by themselves. You know, like a calab. You eat by yourself. Just you won't eat. It's not like that over there. When you're eating this, you might say it's like the scriptures. You eat together. That's how you see it in the Bible. They eat together. King David and the man them eat together. Everybody, like, you know, when we're sitting down, mother, sister, brother, cousin, aunties, friend come through, sit down, eat. We all sit down, eat together in one big plate, one massive plate. We all eat together. Yeah. This is warm. It's not just sit down in front of TV and get on the TV and watch movie and I eat. That's some crazy lifestyle. This is Western lifestyle. You know, it's nice to eat with people. It's nice to even just call a friend to come and eat with you. You know what I mean? For me, it's nice to even sit down. I just like sit down with my children and eating. Like, it's so important. You get what I'm saying? If I go to my ex-wife and we eat together, for me, it's important that, you know, the Western world is it's a very selfish I world. And it's about here, now. When the concept and the way we thought about things back in the crypto days and how they even live today over there, it's always about the futuristic. Laying that foundation for tomorrow. Do you get what I mean? You know, a lot of people, we're taught in this Western world to be very fast going and everything. So everything is outside of itself. You're looking at, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want this, but it's all outside of itself. It's not about it's not about preserving yourself within. And that's the way they kept us. That's what they kept us, and they will continue to keep us until we realize, back to what I was saying before, the power of ourselves within. We have to come back to realign ourselves to understand our true wealth. And our true wealth isn't how much money we can get to now, or how fancy our car is, or, you know, how much girl you have, or anything like that. Our true wealth is in our heart and our mind. You see me, I deal with. As the scripture said, God will give us a new heart, a new mind. You know, it's miraculous to give a new heart and mind, you know. You put that spirit forth for it and you'll get it. You see my deal? It's not no miraculous like hocus pocus. You get what I'm saying? Give it when it come. We have to start making our transformations. You get what I'm saying? Ourselves to want to change ourselves from this Western mind. Like the Bible says to us, come out of Babylon, come out of Babylon. You get me? Come out of Babylon. Like I said in my song, I did a song with Benia, and I talk about come out of Babylon. The scriptures come out of Babylon, yeah? Because she's falling. But it's not just physically come out of Babylon, it's also spiritually come out of Babylon. You get what I'm saying? Remove from her ways. You get what I mean? We have to remove from her ways mentally. Come out from her mentally more than just physically come out of her. Because if you carry the same Western mindset, go back. Because I've seen people from England, America go to the Holy Land and can't really stay. They can't fit in. This is facts.
They can't slow their minds down.
Yeah, they can't fit in. Even this in an emotional way, they don't fit in. They're standing like a sore thumb. Not because they're accent, just because the concept, they're so not self-absorbed, like, but it's like they're so thinking about all the things that they don't need to think about instead of just relaxing and think about who are you, what are your purpose in life. Because over there is very chill at times. People can be so chill, like, You know that sometimes I won't like, sometimes I say to myself, I want this, good, want to do that, want that. And they're like, yeah, we do it soon. And you're like, yeah, we're sitting there 2-3 hours drinking coffee and tea and talking. You know what I mean? But that's something I learned to appreciate still. Because time with somebody is so important, because it's what you get from that. It's a catalyst for something greater. You get what I mean? So it's about really understanding what you're doing. And I'm not saying to sit down and do nothing in life, you know. But I'm saying constructive thinking. You get what I mean? And planning for bigger things and for better things. Sometimes you plan for bigger things. It's not you fulfill it now, but your ancestors fulfill it for you. I mean, your generations fulfill it for you. So the ancestors may not fulfill it, but your generation fulfill it, as we see in the Bible. Everyone was told that your seed shall do this, do that, do this. It wasn't him to fulfill it, but the bigger picture was to align things that the manifestation must take place. Likewise, Isaac, Jacob, likewise with David. You get what I mean?
Right.
Cause look, all right, I'm gonna something where this might be a bit reaching for some people. But look at King David then. When the Most said to King David, your son will be like house, right? For you. Yeah? An everlasting house. Don't it? He will be my house. An everlasting house. And this wasn't David to do it, but if it's somebody else. I know some people say it was Solomon, but that's another story still. That's another story. This Solomon really built that everlasting house. We can't. That's something different. Because a lot of people, I hear them say Solomon built that house. Mm-hmm. He built a house. I would say Solomon built a house, but according to scriptures, did he build the everlasting house that the Most High is talking about? Mm. Because he didn't. Because according to scriptures, Solomon's house get trampled down 2 times. The house he built get trampled down 2 times. And plus, Jesus said, no stone shall be left in this house. So it could never be Solomon in the mind. So the Most High said to David that the son will come build a house and will establish him. It can't be. It couldn't be the house that Solomon built. But that's another story still. We'll talk about it on a different, different show. Hopefully, you let me come on and we discuss different things. We chop up on a different level.
Right. Yeah,
I love
I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, what's the name? For me, I just think it's really important that our people really start, showing that love and compassion to each other still. Because remember, Jesus is great. Remember that's a great of our command. Love thy neighbor,
Right.
And loving thy neighbor, literally, when he said turn the left cheek, if a neighbor slap your left cheek, give him the right. For Israelites, some Israelites say, yo, a coward thing, no man can slap me on my left and me give him my right. But that's devout. That's not a man physically boxing your mouth and you give him right, That's showing devoted love to your brothers and sisters.
Right.
You can look on it physical again, like I said, you can look on Moses' law like a physical thing, or you can look on it on a spiritual level. You understand how much devotion you really want to give to your people? That even if you try to do good for your people want to mess you over, you're still not going to stop giving them, because you're on a mission to show them love, innit?
Right.
You go and slap me on my left, I'll give my right. Don't make me weak, it makes me very strong. Because I have a mission set in my heart already, I'm going to do it, innit? You get what I mean?
Right.
So really, it's really about how people really want to look at things and read the scriptures, and there's a lot of misconceptions really out there still, right, that kind of sends our people into different for me, like I said, it's about finding our strengths, and that's why I do what I do in my documentary, my books. I really want to touch our people and bring a different type of love to them.
Right. Yeah. But Steve, I'm gonna wrap it up. Did you have anything else you wanted to bring out?
If you could, just want to connect more with my people over in America. So anybody really want to connect with me, holler at me. You can find my contact number as well on my website. I got my business numbers on my website still, so you can find it.
And go ahead and say your website again, so everybody knows it.
My website for my books and documentaries and my documentary, my books and my music is www.Stephen with a PH, Stephen Graham. Well, some people in America they call it Stephen, but StephenGraham.net. And if anybody were interested in me to come to America to do like youth work and stuff, or interested in my programs and that, for me to come out there and deliver some programs and that, is www.StephenGrahamProjects.com. Anybody out there want to collab with me in regards to music, or want to do some documentaries, or got any ideas, or or a publisher who's willing to support me in regards to publishing some of my books and some of the book ideas that I got, then yeah, reach out to me, man. You know what I'm saying? And if someone wants to contact me and talk to me, do that, because I got a lot of people do that still through Messenger. They contact me and speak, and we chop it up. And you know, I enjoy doing that. I love talking to my brothers and sisters. I make time for my people. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's it, man. I'm just me.
All right.
Just playing me, bro. Just playing me.
All right. So yes, y'all, that is Stephen Graham. You'll be seeing more of him. And there's definitely some stuff in work to for him to come out here soon. Matter of fact, real fast, real quick, just talk about that. You are going to be what in?
I'm gonna be, yeah. The date hasn't confirmed yet, but I'm supposed to be on a 4-day tour next year. But I don't want to go too much into it. Okay. The date hasn't confirmed, but it's about March, April. I should be in America doing a show.
Okay.
I'll be doing I'll be doing some music, and at the same time talking. You know, maybe I think we might be screening a documentary as well.
Okay.
But I definitely come and do some music.
Okay. All right. So yes, but definitely we gave y'all the website, the YouTube, the Facebook, all that. So definitely check this brother out, support him. He's over there in the UK. You see the heavy information he's been bringing out. So definitely check him out. Go over there. Go over on YouTube. Check out his videos. Check out his website and all of his other stuff. And
I say what?
Go ahead.
Say one thing. Anybody in England that want to reach out to me, reach out. Because that's one thing. It's very hard to find brothers and sisters really connected over here. Now I'm trying to find more brothers and sisters over here. So anybody in the UK want to reach out, reach out.
Absolutely. And
check out my album Journey.
And I have that picture. I'll put it back up. And that's the album he's talking about right there. And like I said, go to his website, and then through his website, then you could branch out and get any of his information, anything he has out there. But yeah, so that is Stephen Graham. I am Michael Israel. You are watching Spiritual Combat. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hey, Steve, stay in the virtual studio. Once the show's down, I got some other things I want to talk to you about. But anyway, for those of y'all I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm Michael Israel. You watching Spiritual Combat, and shalom, y'all.
We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's time to get into formation. We gotta get ready for the battle. So call on your brothers and sisters. We gotta turn back to the scriptures. Stop making it all about you. Them preachers, they got it confused. Come out of her. Cause Yahuwah is our deliverer. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, cause nobody's perfect. We're called by his name. We're called by his name. Seek him to be worthy. We should be coming together. There's power and unity. It's time to come into the order, cause we are a living prophecy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. Lace up them boots. We gotta move, step, move, put on camouflage. We gotta be wise.